Oh well, if you can't be at the front of the fruit, you've actually got to look pretty. It's the only thing we can do well. I'm the oldest bloke by a couple of days in the fleet, but I've got the youngest crew, and we're probably the lightest. So we're looking for the weather today to be in our favour.
We're in 10th at the moment. We're about 4 points behind early warning. Ross Daly, about 5 points behind Phantom. Steve Miller, should say. They're both locals, so it'd be really good to get over them by the end of the series. It's going to require a big day, but hopefully we can pull one out. We've had a bit of bad luck so far, so if things go our way, you never know what could happen.
Currently we're sitting equal sixth with Chris and Rani, so we have a plan this afternoon to knock them out, and if necessary it may mean another hole, but that's okay. It's the last race of the regatta.
In order for me to gain a black flag, the potential bride price might well be a box of Goaty Hill Pinot Noir.
Yeah, so we're currently in 5th position. We're 5 points behind 4th place, sail with Blown Seal in front of us, and we're hoping to go out there and maintain our 5th position, and if situations come to light, we'll try and get past Leno and do our best to get into 4th.
Otto Young is my crew. He's just been sailing B14s this year actually, and he's got quite good. The name of the boat is Orca Blush. I like to name my boats Orca, but because it's got a few pink bits to it, we decided to call it Blush as well.
G'day, it's Steve Walker here, taking over from Richard Fisher for the B14 heats 9 and 10 today at Beauty Point. Beautiful morning, no wind. Tide was going out, and we had to wait for about 3/4 of an hour before a light west-norwesterly filled in and got us across to the start area, and Tom Bain had done a great job laying a nice little course for the conditions. The start was really keenly contested, and most boats were right up on the line, not quite over but very close, and Richie got a great start in the pink sail numbers, 780. Closely followed by Ross Daly, just to leeward of him. The breeze was gusting and a little bit of pressure was coming in from the left-hand side of the course. So technically the boat should have been heading off to the left, and those leading boats all chose to go left and certainly did the best. The top mark we had Richie clearly in front, followed by Leno, but Richie had a good 50-60 metres on Leno, who had 20 odd metres over Guy. The first 3 boats had a clear lead. Got Nick Darlow coming around the mark in 4th, sailing very nicely, coming in on port and about to throw on to starboard and do a steady mark around him. Coming around the top mark we have Chris Wells doing a great bear away at the mark, and we had a port tacker coming underneath in Adrian. And again closely followed by Robbie Hunt, who had a disastrous day yesterday but is having a really good group up at the top mark there today. We've got Ross Daly coming up to the top mark. After a great start, took a dig out to the right and lost badly on it. Now a good 200 metres behind the leader, but he is hanging on to the front 5 or 6 boats. Steve Mitchell and Adrian Daly were really enjoying the light conditions and was nicely settled in the boat, and they really enjoy getting their kite up and pushing the boat very nicely downwind and getting some great footage on the way. Coming down to the bottom mark for the first time, we had Chris Wells hung a little bit to the left and went round the left-hand buoy. We have Robbie really doing a very ordinary jibe, and that let another 3 boats right in close. Adrian got through him, closely followed by Siren and Steve Miller. Really did the number on him and made him pay for his little indiscretion there. It was really close action, and they went round within a couple of boat lengths of each other. It was great to see. Next in line coming down was Steve Mitchell and Kelvin Boyd, who were really hot on their heels. They'd really picked some good pressure up and brought it right down to the group who'd been a bit slack on their mark rounding, and put them in really good shape for the next beat. Second end of the top beat, Richie had done really well, held on to his lead, got a really nice bear away set and headed off down the right hand side again with his nice pink kite. Guy held on to his lead going up the second beat, and Leno came around 50 metres behind in 3rd. Coming in at the top mark on port, Adrian and Claire have done a number on Chris and Rani. It's really closely followed them around the mark. and Rani did a really good set and went over the top of Adrian and Claire, who struggled to get the kite to the top of the mast, and dug the wing in and made a bit of a mess of that, allowing Wellesley to have a great run down through them. After Chris had passed Adrian at the top mark, he'd held onto the lead and slightly extended, and then Nick Darlow came down on their heels and did a mark round and then headed out to the left as well. At this stage the breeze had gone a little bit right, and PRO Tom Bain did a great job and changed the course and advised the leaders that the new mark was going to be out to the starboard side at the top of the course. In mid-fleet the pressure was really on, with 4 boats coming into the leeward mark pretty much together. Because it was so tight, 2 chose to go left and 2 chose to go right. Going around the top mark for the last time, we had Richie on starboard doing a nice bear-away set, having a clear lead on the guy who's coming up to the mark on port. From this point on, it would appear that Richie has got it nicely covered, and it would take something really special for a guy to be able to chase him down, most unlikely. Coming through to the finish, you see Richie coming through on a high angle in low pressure, and then Guy coming through behind on fresh pressure and a deeper angle, closing the gap considerably at the finish. But Guy got a second, which is going to give him the championship, while Richie's got away with a win for the Heat 9. Leno hung on really well, brought the new pressure down and finished third, with Chris and Rani Wells doing a great job and finishing fourth and having a good race.
Yeah, it was another one in sort of moderate conditions, but Guy was sneaking up towards the end, so we had to keep on our toes.
So was it a matter of you slowing down or Guy speeding up?
I think it was Guy